So we've checked our runouts, and just to remember this, so this goes on here up to there, then this piece goes in here, and then the engagement portion of it, which slides, is here, and then we have a nut that locks on with a little brass screw that grubs onto the thread to limit the travel of the sliding part. Now, I don't like this nut anyway. I should either cut a really heavy bevel on here, because this seems to hit on that thing when it's locked, or I make a new nut that maybe uses the pinch method, or I cut this one, bevel this, and cut it and pinch it. I'll have to bring this out as I make the nut here longer, so I can lock it and align it on the spindle, right? So we can align this end of it. So this is gonna be right there, that's there, and this sits about here when it's locked in place. So I have a good 1/4 of an inch here. I could move this out and maybe make a new one of these that's a little longer, or just a different shape. The nut is right here. So the nut is right here, and I'm going to open this and you'll see that. So here's the nut. It's on here, and it's not very tight, because that adjusts, the tightness of this adjusts the bearing pressure. So, okay, I should say, here's the nut really. And this is just being used as a spacer now. Somebody, I don't know, made this up, came up with this as a spacer. I don't know why. Really all you need is this and maybe a washer on there. Really, that's all I really need. But without this thickness, you don't have the proper adjustment with the collet. So somebody's really fooled with all of this. I think if I just make a new one of these and set it up properly with that distance, I won't need any of those spacers in there, and I'll have it come out. I just want to bring it out enough to put all I need is 1032 set screws, because all it does, it doesn't stop it from turning or anything like that. It just for an alignment to reduce the run out. So if I had it come out, it doesn't need to be beveled even. It could be square for engagement. You can see this has been pretty beat up. Somebody's even brazed on it. I don't know why. So from the end of the spindle, it's going to be 1 inch. That should give me plenty of room from the end of the spindle. 1 inch from the end of the spindle, so it's going to be about like that. So the total length will be we'll make it 1 3/8 inches. Yep, we'll go 1 3/8 inches total length, and we'll figure out what the thread is and make sure we have enough thread. We can screw that tight against the gear, and then we don't need any spacers. 2 inch 1018. We're set up to do the 4 holes. It's dialed in. We put an extension tube in here to hold the piece out from the face, and with a stud through the center, and nice and tight and solid. Just dialed it in really quick, and we're going to go every 90 degrees, 1032 tap. This is how I squared this up. I'll take this clamp out of the way. Couple of 5/8 pieces of square stock in there. Fireball square up against that, squared it right up. You got to visit fireballtools.com, and Jason, the inventor of these, has a channel, YouTube, Fireball Tools. This is a set. I got a set of cast iron ones. Jason and I did a little trading. Thank you, Jason. And these are wonderful, just wonderful squares. Just showing another use for them. Perfect fit. Let's go try it on a lathe.